I thought this Tinubu's supporters are there just shouting, "Oh, Tinubu said," or BBC said, there's no evidence that Tinubu forged the results. Now they are coming back again to tell us another thing, and what they are saying now is even indicting Tinubu the more, because a lot of Nigerians call them out and say, "Hey, how can you say that? What has been deposited in the U.S. courts? You want to tell us a different version?" And Nigerians have been dragging them, and the people who were involved, we were told that it is a BBC Africa. They were the one that published this, and the people who were behind it, now they have how will I put it? They have locked their social media accounts so that nobody will get in touch with them. But even at that, some Nigerians have written to the US, to the UK, that they need to find out how these people, what kind of investigation did they do. And meanwhile, Tinubu and his supporters, they are running with that. And now they are coming back to say, oh, of course, they said there were no proofs yet that President Bola Tinubu forged his academic records at the Chicago State University, though there are discrepancies in documents submitted. These were made known in a report by the BBC Global Disinformation Team on Wednesday. Record that United States court had asked CSU to release the president's certificate to Atiku Abubakar, who contested for Nigeria's most coveted political seats under the People's Democratic Party in the 2023 presidential election. While Tinubu, through his aides, has retreated that his certificate from the CSU was not falsified. The majority of Nigerians, especially from the opposition, thinks otherwise. Recounting its finding, BBC said there are three versions of the CSU certificate for Tinubu. The CSU released several diplomas issued between 1979 and 2003. We analyzed all of them. There are three different diplomas for Mr. Tinubu that we referred to throughout our analysis. The original one from 1979, which I said in the past was lost when he went into exile in the 1990s, and which at the end of the day it was discovered that Tinubu did not even collect the original in the first place, and that is why a lot of people are concerned, because the CSU said he never collected any results, and they have the certificates because they say he's still holding some mathematics and some courses that needed to be done. He didn't go. Additionally, CSU holds another replacement diploma for Mr. Tinubu that say is probably from the early 2000s that he never collected. You see? The allegations on social media are based on a comparison between the documents Mr. Tinubu submitted to INEC and the 1979 diplomas released by CSU. According to the British media organization, the deposition by CSU's registrar, Caleb Westbadge, also attested to it that Nigeria's leader did not forge his diploma. Mr. Westbadge said the template CSU's diploma has changed several times over the years. He said any request for a new diploma will resemble the current template at the time, no matter when the student graduated, BBC said. It also disclosed that the BBC reached out to Mr. Tinubu's team to get a copy of the diploma in question. They sent what they said was the only existing copy of the diploma. It is a black and white photocopy identical to what was submitted to INEC. Another claim made by a fact-checking organization in Nigeria was that the diploma Mr. Tinubu submitted was not from CSU, as its diploma do not include the phrase "with honors" under the degree name. But the BBC found that why this was not reflected in the other diplomas released by CSU, it does appear in Mr. Tinubu's diploma issued in the early 2000s, which was authenticated by Mr. Westbadge during his deposition. It has the words "with honors," a match with diploma with the same details submitted by the president to INEC. Mr. Westbadge said that the school could authenticate this particular diploma because it was still in his possession, as it was never picked up. It stated it was never picked up. Why did Tinubu? And Tinubu told us that, you see now that they are even doing more damage to Tinubu than the first release, than what even is being deposited, because it was never picked, and Tinubu told the whole world that he misplaced it. Not every student graduates from university with honors, with Mr. Tinubu as attested to by CSU in several court documents seen by the BBC, did graduate from CSU with honors. Lastly, the BBC contacted the CSU with questions about his diplomas, and it referred us to a statement that read in part, "We are confident and always have been in the veracity and integrity of our records regarding Tinubu's attendance and completion of graduation requirements." But the BBC disinformation team added that, however, the released document did raise questions about Mr. Tinubu's birth, dates, and the secondary school he attended. One of the documents stated that Mr. Tinubu attended Government College, Lagos in 1970. However, information available on the school website stated that it was only founded in 1974. Aside from the gender discrepancies, the birth dates in some of the released documents differ from the official birth dates of President Tinubu, which is 29 March 1952. His transcripts from CSU has his date of birth as 29 March 1954. His undergraduate admissions application form has his date of birth as March 1955. We have a 1952, 1954, and 1955. Mr. Atiku's lawyer said during the Mr. Westberg deposition that on the form submitted to INEC, Mr. Tinubu had given his date of birth as 29 March 1952. Mr. Westberg, during cross-examination, responded that the discrepancies could have been due to human error. Human error. Oh, there's something all of them are really hiding. Yes. British-born comedians, the era of a masquerading ended longest time. The CSU's official deposition in court under oath is unambiguously self-explanatory and clearly readable even to the blind. If the school confirmed the certificate was unknown to them, who are you to claim otherwise? That is it. Now they are doing damage control. BBC is just saying the same thing in two different ways. What are discrepancies and what is forgery? Who is responsible for the discrepancies? Is it the issuing authority or the recipient of the document? Once a document is altered to cause a discrepancy from the original, it is forgery. BBC should not expect us to teach them English language. They should know better. Now, wow, only one person: primary school discrepancy, secondary discrepancy, tertiary education discrepancy, name discrepancy, classmate discrepancy, social security number discrepancy. Kilo day now. CSU yearbook not available. The Mobi and Deloitte should provide credential for employment to clear the air. Discrepancies here and there is not making the country move forward. Please. Madness. The same BBC that lied against Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein, the same BBC that lied about the death of the Princess Diana. I'm just laughing in Spanish. When did BBC become an affiliate of the Chicago State University? This APC is nothing but a house of commotion and a propaganda. But the truth is, even if the Supreme Court, in their kangaroo manner, turn blind eyes to this monumental fraud and clear Tinubu, the news is all over the world already that Nigeria's selected president committed forgery and identity theft. And so you can go on and continue deceiving some gullible like yourself. God is watching everybody, and that is where I stand. Let them do all this mago. Let them do it. It does not matter. But the whole world is aware. Everything has been made open. That 1970 to 1974 that he said he graduated from Lagos College, that is another red flag. So guys, leave your comment down there below and let's have your take.